Hello students, Unit 3 continuation video. Here in this video let me see what is Lorentz force. Here I consider a parallel plate capacitor. In between the capacitor plates the electric field will be uniform. Okay. Then I place a plus Q charge in between the plate. The charge is at rest. Okay. Then the charge experiences a force. Due to that force it moves towards left. That means experiencing the force F is equal to QE, it moves towards the left side. Okay, then the force on the charge is in the direction of the electric field for positive charge. Okay, if suppose we place a negative charge here, then it experiences a force in direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. Okay, so we can write this one as F vector minus is equal to minus Q E vector, because the force experienced by the negative charge is in the direction opposite to the direction of the electric field. Okay, here in a uniform magnetic field, I am placing the charge, that means positive charge. Okay, then it does not experience a force, then it does not move also. Okay, the net force on the charge is 0. Okay, when the charge is at rest, okay, when the charge is at rest, charge at rest in magnetic field, then the force act on the charge is 0, so it does not move. Okay, then Lorentz found that if a charged particle moving in a magnetic field, it experiences a force. Okay, that force is known as magnetic force, that is represented as Fm vector is equal to Q V vector cross B vector. It is a force experienced by the charged particle in a magnetic field under motion. Okay, when a charged particle is moving with a velocity v in a magnetic field B, then the charged particle experiences a force Fm, that is known as magnetic force. Okay, if the charge is moving in both electric and magnetic field, then the total force experienced by the charge is known as magnetic Lorentz force. Okay, let me see. The charge is moving in both magnetic and electric field. The total or net force experienced by the charge is Lorentz force. Okay, this was found by Lorentz, so this force is named as Lorentz force. Okay, then it is represented as F net vector, that is equal to, it is a force experienced by the electric field and magnetic field. So the force experienced by electric field is written as Q E vector, and the force experienced by the magnetic field is written as Q V vector cross B vector. Okay, then F vector is equal to Q E vector plus B vector cross B vector. It is a Lorentz force. Okay, see, this magnetic force always act in a direction that is perpendicular to velocity vector and magnetic field vector. Okay, but the force experienced by the charged particle under the influence of electric field is in the direction of the electric field vector. Okay, here it is perpendicular to both velocity and magnetic field, but here the force is in the direction of the electric field. Okay, then let me see the special features of force on a moving charge in magnetic field. Okay, let me see. If suppose I consider the situation, here it is the magnetic fields. Okay, it is the direction of the magnetic field. Here I moves a positive charge in this direction with a velocity v. Okay, then the force experienced by the charge is known as magnetic force. That force is always perpendicular to v vector and b vector for positive charge. Okay, that force is known as magnetic force, that is equated as Fm vector is equal to q v vector cross b vector. Okay, let me see. If suppose in order to write the term in terms of magnitude, then Fm is equal to q cross product then vb sin theta. Okay, then the force experienced by the charge under the motion in a uniform magnetic field, that is directly proportional to magnetic field B. If magnetic field increases, then force attained by the charge also increases. Okay, then the force is directly proportional to velocity of the charge moves. If it moves with a higher velocity, then the force also more. Okay, then the force experienced by the charge under the motion is directly proportional to sine of angle between the velocity vector and b vector. Okay, if suppose theta is 90 degree, okay, at that case the force is maximum, Fm is maximum. Then last one, okay, here I write F m vector is directly proportional to magnitude of the charge. Okay, if we increase the magnitude of the charge, then the force also maximum. Okay, then the direction of the force is always, we know, perpendicular to v vector and b vector. Okay, if suppose here I place a negative charge, then it will move downwards. That means the negative charge moves with the opposite direction of that positive charge, so it will move downward. Okay, then we know very well, if the charge is at rest velocity became 0, then magnetic force experienced by the charge also 0. Okay, here our next topic, motion of the charged particle in uniform magnetic field. Okay, here I consider uniform magnetic field. This cross represent the magnetic field going into the paper. Okay, it is a uniform magnetic field. Then I consider a charge plus q moves with velocity v in this direction. Then the force experienced by the charge plus q is in the direction upward. Okay, due to this force it moves in a circular path, okay, of radius r. Get this, here the cross represent magnetic field going into the paper. This plus q charge moves with velocity v in the magnetic field b. Then the angle between v vector and b vector is 90 degree. Okay, then the force will be maximum, you know very well, because F is equal to q v b sin theta. Theta became 90, we get maximum force, that is q v b. Okay, due to that force it moves in a circular path. Okay, then we can write the Lorentz force on the charged particle is Lorentz force on the charged particle is F vector is equal to q v vector cross b vector. Okay, then there is no other forces acting on the charge, so the net force on that charged particle can be written as net force. Here the force acting on the charged particle is only the Lorentz force. Okay, then the net force can be written as summation Fi I, that is equal to Lorentz force, that is equal to q v B. Okay. See, due to this Lorentz force, it makes necessary centripetal force. Due to that force, it moves in a circular path. Okay, listen. This Lorentz force make necessary centripetal force. Okay, so it attain a circular path. Okay, then the Lorentz force can be written as QVB. This makes a centripetal force. Then the formula for centripetal force is mv square by r. Okay, then solving this, we get the radius of this circular path. Okay, then r is equal to mv by qb. It is a radius of circular path attained by the electron, that plus q. Okay, listen, we can write in terms of momentum also. We know momentum p is equal to mv, then radius r is equal to p by qb. Okay, see, for one complete rotation it take a velocity v and time period t. Okay, let we see the time period. T is equal to, time is equal to distance by velocity. Here the distance is 2 pi r, circumference of the circle, divided by velocity v. Okay, then we know the value of r, put the value here, then the time became, substitute here, then t is equal to 2 pi by v, r became mv by qb. Okay, v cancel, we get t is equal to 2 pi m by bq. It is a relation for time period. Okay, here the time period does not depends on radius and velocity. Okay, the time period depends on charge to mass ratio. That means it depends on the specific charge of that charge. Okay, here we know t is a time period, then t is equal to 2 pi m by bq. This is known as cyclotron period. Okay, we know the reciprocal of time is known as frequency. Then the frequency f is equal to bq by 2 pi m. Okay, if suppose in terms of angular frequency, we can write angular frequency omega is equal to 2 pi f, then omega is equal to 2 pi f became bq by 2 pi m. 2 pi cancel, we get omega is equal to bq by m. It is a angular frequency. Okay, this frequency is known as cyclotron frequency or gyro frequency or gyro frequency. Okay, let me see, the time period and frequency does not depends on velocity and radius of the path. Okay, it depends only on the mass and charge. Okay, that means it depends on specific charge ratio. Specific charge ratio is nothing but specific charge, that is equal to E by m. Here Q by m. Okay, charge per unit mass is known as specific charge. Okay, if suppose the charge moves not perpendicular to the magnetic field, okay, that means the velocity vector is not perpendicular to magnetic field, then it does not attain a circular path, but it attain a helical path. Let me see, here it is a magnetic field. Okay, it is a velocity vector, but the velocity vector is inclined at an angle with the magnetic field, not perpendicular. Okay, so the velocity component is split up into vertical and a horizontal component, okay, or parallel and a perpendicular component. It is a parallel component with a magnetic field. It does not change anywhere, but due to this perpendicular component, it experiences a Lorentz force. Experiencing that force, it attain a helical path, okay, like that it will move, okay. But if suppose we move the charge with the velocity v, that velocity is perpendicular to magnetic field, it attain circular path, okay. But for this case, here it attain a helical path, okay. Here in this topic we learned about Lorentz force. Lorentz force is a force experienced by the charged particle under the influence of both electric and magnetic field when the charge is at motion, okay. If the charge is at rest, it does not experience a force. Then the charge is at rest in a electric field, it experiences a force. But in magnetic field, it does not experience a force, okay. Under the motion only it experiences a force, okay. Thank you.